I never thought I'd tell this story, but after 2 years of going through hell and clawing my way back up, I think it might help someone else out there. It's long, messy, full of betrayal, but it ends with a turn my ex never expected. I'm 41 now. I was married for 12 years, with 2 kids, 9 and 6. I honestly believed my ex-wife, Allison, was the woman I'd spend forever with. The cracks started small. She was glued to her phone, always setting it face down. Her gym sessions lasted 3 hours, but she came home looking like she just left a salon. Nights out with friends stretched into the early morning. One evening, her iPad was left unlocked and buzzing with notifications. I don't even know why I checked. Maybe instinct, maybe because deep down I already knew. And there it was. Messages with a guy from her office. Explicit stuff. Pictures. And her words, "I'm just waiting for the right time to leave him." I felt sick. My hands shook. When she got home, I confronted her. I asked, "Who is he?" She rolled her eyes and said, "So you finally looked." I pressed for answers. "How long?" She shrugged. "Couple of months. Honestly, I've been done with you for years." That sentence cut deeper than anything. She didn't just cheat. She plotted everything. The day before she filed for divorce, she emptied our joint bank accounts. When I asked how she could do that, she smirked. "My lawyer told me to. Temporary financial order. Perfectly legal. Maybe next time you won't be so naive." She fought hard for the house, claiming the kids need stability, which really meant she wanted it all. She went after custody too, arguing that I worked too much to be the primary parent. By the end, I was left with almost nothing. A bag of clothes, visitation every other weekend, and barely enough money to pay rent in a tiny one-bedroom. The lowest point came when my daughter asked, "Daddy, why can't you tuck me in every night anymore?" I swallowed the truth and just held her. Most of our mutual friends took her side. Only 2 of my old college friends stuck with me, one even letting me crash in his basement. I won't lie, there were nights I lay awake on that thin mattress, wondering if my life was already over. But at some point, I realized, if Allison wanted me broken, then the only way to beat her was to keep moving forward. I threw myself into work like never before. That's when I noticed the company bleeding money from poor management. I stayed up late building a plan to fix it. The higher-ups noticed. Within a year, I was promoted to Director of Operations, with a big raise and bonuses. I left my buddy's basement for a modest townhouse. I started therapy. Little by little, I rebuilt myself. Then, about 8 months ago, Allison's new boyfriend dumped her. Word spread that he didn't want to play stepdad. Suddenly, her perfect plan started falling apart. The messages began. She said the kids missed me and suggested we all have dinner like a family. I couldn't help but think, a family? That was something she destroyed. Not long after, the late-night call came. She was crying, her voice heavy and slurred, like she'd been drinking. "I made a mistake," she said. "I didn't realize how good I had it with you. We can fix this, for the kids." I stayed calm. "Allison, when you emptied our bank account and left me with nothing, was that a mistake too? Or when you told me you'd been done with us for years, was that the real you?" The line went silent. Then the click. She'd hung up. A month later, my lawyer told me Allison's attorney had reached out. She was behind on her mortgage, struggling financially, and wanted to revisit child support. But here's the thing, after my promotion, most of my earnings came through performance bonuses and stock options. On paper, I didn't earn nearly what she imagined. Her legal angles led nowhere. Meanwhile, I had started moving forward. Slowly, carefully, I began dating again. I refused to let bitterness define my life. My kids and I grew closer than ever. They saw how much effort I put into being there for them. And no matter what, I never spoke badly about their mother in front of them. Allison once told me she'd been done for years. The difference now? I'm finally done too. Done being her fallback. Done being the safety net she always assumed would catch her. She took the house, the money, the marriage, but not my determination. Piece by piece, I rebuilt myself. And this time, I was stronger. A couple of weeks ago, my daughter's school hosted a family day. There was no way I was going to miss it. When I arrived, The kids rushed to me and wrapped their arms around me. That moment alone made every struggle worth it. But then came the confrontation. Allison was already there, looking thinner, worn, but still carrying herself with that air of control. In front of other parents, her voice sweet but loud enough for an audience, she said, "I'm so glad you made it. The kids miss having their whole family together. Maybe one day you'll realize they need us both under the same roof again." I saw through it immediately. She was putting on a show, painting me as the father who wouldn't reunite the family. My jaw tightened, but I stayed composed. "Allison, let's not pretend. You chose to break this family when you left. Don't try to rewrite the past now." Some parents overheard. Whispers spread. Allison flushed red, but she didn't back down. "I only did what was best for me and the kids. You were never around. You cared more about your career." I could have walked away. But I thought of all the nights I lived in a friend's basement, barely scraping by, while she enjoyed the house I'd worked for. I remembered my daughter's tears when she asked why I couldn't tuck her in. Enough was enough. My voice steady, clear enough for everyone. "You mean while you were draining our accounts behind my back? While you were sneaking around with your coworker? Or when you told me you'd been done for years? Which part of that was for the kids, Allison?" The room went still. Parents gasped. Allison froze, her mouth opening and closing without words. Finally, she grabbed her purse and stormed out, pale as paper. The kids had already gone off to play and didn't witness the scene. But everyone else did. Later, another dad clapped me on the shoulder. "Man, good on you. Took guts to say it." That moment changed everything. People who once believed Allison's story, her carefully crafted role as the victim, began to distance themselves from her. The mask she wore cracked in front of everyone. And me? I walked out of that school with my head high for the first time in years. Allison can twist the story however she likes. But the truth is out now. She gambled everything on betrayal, and she lost. Looking back, I realize she thought betrayal would break me. She thought by taking my house, my kids, and my money, she'd leave me shattered. But when someone has nothing left, what remains is willpower. And with that, you can rebuild everything, brick by brick, into a life stronger than the one you lost.